Supreme joy sits in my spine. And thus, supreme joy is the perception. Supreme goodness, supreme love is the perception. We have to become aware of her feeling. Her feeling of goodness. Her feeling of joy. Her feeling of peace. That is the main purpose of these videos. It's the main purpose of my Shakti music. To entrain you in the bliss who is the true reality. The joy who is the essence of everything. Because you are always being entrained in something. There are so many things your attention can go to outwardly. There are so many ways you can make yourself unhappy just through your thinking, just through the input of what you listen to in your music, the media you watch, videos, where you let your mind go to is what you take on. We basically entrain ourselves in unhappiness and unhappy thoughts, and then we wonder, how do we get out of unhappiness? Why is life unhappy? It's because we've entrained ourselves to be unhappy. The drugs and alcohol we take, the food we eat, the company we keep, where we let our attention go. You ever notice you're present, you're meditating, and you have a happy thought, you have a good thought. You have something that brings you joy, some thought. And so you let your attention go to the thoughts. Go to the positive thoughts that you are experiencing, and all of a sudden it turns itself completely upside down, and now you're in unhappy thoughts and negative thoughts. And you wonder, how did my mind do that? I went to grasp hold of something I enjoy, something that brought me attraction, and suddenly I am in the opposite. I am in unhappiness. So if you entrain yourself with the Shakti music, meaning you listen to it every day, the bliss, the peace, at the level of subtle energy, begins to permeate you. And these videos, if you watch them regularly, the energy in them begins to permeate you. That supreme happiness, not emotional happiness, not positive thinking, but the supreme happiness, the supreme joy, who transcends both happiness and unhappiness, who transcends the outer, who transcends the mind, who transcends ego. And that has an important effect on you. You become washed daily if you listen to the music, if you watch the videos often. You become washed in the supreme goodness, the supreme joy. And that is here at a level of subtle energy. But even with that, your mind can still go into negative thinking. Go into thinking itself, which pulls you to the outer, which pulls your attention back into ego, back into mind. That's why we have things like mantra. Mantra is such a wonderful thing. You have a simple Sanskrit mantra like Om Namah Shivaya. Do you repeat that silently or out loud while listening to the Shakti music? Then your whole attention is immersed in the Supreme, without even knowing the meaning of the mantra. The very bright vibration of the mantra, along with the Shakti music, permeates you. Peace. You begin to feel the Bhava. Bhava is divine feeling, often associated with devotion, because it's that feeling of goodness, of peace, of joy that washes through you, that permeates you. And that's who you become. You're not becoming on something on top of yourself. You're actually being humbled into your essence. Becoming humbled into the truth of who you are, of what life is. So permeate yourself in true happiness. Breathing techniques, slow breathing technique, like Kriya breathing, or breathing in, say Om Namah Shivaya on the inhale, holding, silently repeating Om Namah Shivaya, and then exhaling through your nose, repeating Om Namah Shivaya silently twice. So you're exhaling twice as long as the inhale. Do that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You feel the prana. You feel the goodness, the peace in your breath. If you do these things like breathing techniques and mantra along with the Shakti music, with the videos, with the satsangs, that subtle feeling of goodness, of peace, of bliss begins to wash through you, begins to permeate you, begins to clean out all the negativity, all the unhappiness, all the ego. A common misconception is this I, this ego, gets bliss, has blissful experiences, and this is what it's about. But it should be a humbling of ego. The bliss should take you out of your mind, out of outward attention, out of self-importance, out of greed, out of selfishness. Little by little, your attitude changes. Meditate with the Shakti music for an hour, and then you come out of that and you become a sarcastic jerk. Doesn't really work that way. Little by little, you become humbled. And the joy, the goodness softens you. So consider these practices along with the Shakti music. Where your life becomes permeated in goodness and peace and happiness. Just this simple act, putting your hands together, inwardly bowing down to whatever you want. To consciousness, to a deity, to a guru, to the blue sky, to the rain, to the wind. You develop that inner feeling of joy, of Bhava. And this entrains you in true happiness, in true bliss. So, something to consider. Turn our attention away from our own negativity, because there's a million ways you can be unhappy. You can bring up a million memories, a million thoughts, look outward in what's happening in the world and be unhappy. Congratulations. You are entraining yourself in unhappiness, but you can do the opposite. You can entrain yourself in supreme joy, in the essence of bliss, of peace, of goodness, and then she has no alternative but to take over your spine. To permeate you in joy and love. So if you got something good out of the video, please feel free to comment, like, share. May you be blessed in her one perfect supreme joy. May everyone and everything be blessed in her one perfect supreme joy, because you find out it's all about her. It's not about you or me, it's about the one supreme joy. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Namaste Kaya Jai Ma. Much love to you. Much love.